Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Sadashiva Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaracharyam Kesavam Badarayanam Sutravashya Krito Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Kukarasundhakaro Vai Kukarasthannivartakah अंधकारनिरोधित्वात् गुरुरित्यभिधीयते ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयामदेवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्ट्वागुंसस्तनूभिः विषेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्ठनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यः प्रज्ञानां शुप्रतानैः स्थिरचरणिकरव्यापिभिर्व्याप्य लोकान् भुक्त्वा भोगान् स्तविष्टान् पुनरपि दशनोद्भासितान् कामजन्यान् पीत्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् सुपदि मधुरभुङ्मायया भोजयन्नः मायासङ्ख्यातुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि भूततो वापि सृज्यमाने समाश्रुतिः निश्चितं युक्तियुक्तं च यत्तद्भवति नेतरेत् भूततः अभूततः सृज्यमाने समाश्रुतिः. The Shruti, which is the Pramana. So when we talk about this Brahmajnanam, we need a valid means of knowledge. Without a valid means, yet what you perceive, it cannot be considered as knowledge. And Shruti Vakya is the basis. The basis, but it gives you a direct knowledge in the case of Brahma Vidya. It gives you means and end when it is talking about the Karma Kanda. In the Karma Kanda, when it is talking about karma, it is means and end. In Vedanta or Upanishads, the Tatparya is Jiva Brahma Aikya. Therefore, it becomes a means to know, to get a direct knowledge. So, Shrutihi, the Veda, what it says is of primordial importance. And you need to look at it with an objective disposition so that you can clearly see what Shruti is trying to say, not being influenced by your own emotions and clinging. That is very important when how you look at Shruti. So here it is picked up that Srishti, the creation of duality, the Nanatvam, manifoldness, is being presented in two ways in Shruti. Apparently two different ways. Okay, that is how we are able to perceive it. One perception is that it is talking about a true Srishti, creation. The other perception is it is an as though Srishti. Both, there are Shruti Vakyas which lend itself or themselves to both these kind of interpretation. I mean, not the same vakyas can be interpreted both ways. What we are saying is certain vakyas, there is enough basis to take it as a real srishti. And then there are other set of vakyas which can be interpreted to only talk about an as though srishti. Therefore, which ones should we pick up? Which perspective of the two is the right one? That is the question. And that was argued by Bhashyakara that what is the purpose of talking about a real srishti? First of all, the creation itself, there is no other means to know that the creation has happened. Okay, you have to go to Shruti only. Any external means of, there is no other way. All see, we can create 100 hypotheses, Big Bang, this and that. Okay, based on certain inferences we make, but there is no clinching knowledge that Srishti did take place. Okay, so it's not a clinching as per my understanding. Okay, but there are enough indications, the inferences that you can make to hypothesize that a Big Bang should have happened. Okay, that is a hypothesis. But other than that, there is no way to know that a Srishti has indeed happened. The only thing that talks about a Srishti is Veda. So the Shruti only talks about creation, and we get to know about a creation only from Shruti. But then that Srishti, while it talks about it, it talks both ways, as a real Srishti and as though Srishti. Which one should we take as the truth or as the right understanding? There, Bhashyakara had said that there is no benefit. There is, okay, so Gaunartha, Mukhyartha, what should we take? Okay. So, though there are both, so Bhashyakara said, Anyata Srishtehe Aprasiddhatvat Nishprayojanatvat cha. So, if there is a true Srishti, okay, that Srishti is not knowable and it's not established by any other augmenting means. So, the logic does not establish a true Srishti along with Shruti Vakya. Suppose Shruti says that there is a true Srishti, then your other means of knowing should also augment it. Okay, that is not, so that is why Aprasiddhatvat he said. Then Nishprayojanatvat, by telling that a Srishti has happened, what is the benefit? What do you gain? So Shruti cannot tell you a Nishprayojana Vakya. Or you have to say it is an Arthavada Vakya, which is like to meditate as though that a Srishti has taken place. And then again, in what context that meditation has to be done and all that. When also the important point is, even then the Mukhyartha is Tektam. You have to go only Arthavada. Therefore, the Gaunartha only has to be taken, because there is no Prayojana to say that there is a real Srishti. Okay. Now, what is the advantage of taking it as an as though Srishti? The as though Srishti is to show that all that is here is only one. Okay, Ekattvameva, Ekameva Dvitiyam is what is the intent, and that has been established. That Shruti Tatparya is to show that all that is here is only one. Nehana Nasti Kinchana, Ekameva Dvitiyam. All these Vakyas are there. Therefore, it is in the context of the purport of the Shruti. The Shruti purport is to show the oneness, because oneness is the intention of what is intended to be revealed. Therefore, the Ekatvam only being the intended vision that Shruti is trying to reveal. So, the as though Srishti establishes that. Sabhakyabhyantaro hi ajaha iti Shrutehe. Bahya Abhyantara are both the same. What you call as inside, what you call as outside, they are both only standpoints. There is no real inside or outside. They are both, the inside and outside are perceived within the same awareness. So there is no Paramartha Satyam in it. There is, the both are of same level of reality. Okay, and therefore the Bhakya Abhyantara are both in what? In the same consciousness only. So therefore Sabhakya Sabhyantara Ajaha. So it is Bhakya Sabhakya Abhyantara means spatially it is not separated. Ajaha means time wise also it is all pervading, it is unborn, it is not within time. The time also is in awareness only. Space is in awareness, and all objects are also in awareness. All that is here is only the same Brahmastu. Avidya Srishti Vishaya Eva Sarva Gauni Mukhya Cha Srishti Na Paramartataha. So there is no Paramartha Srishti. It is only as though you are seeing, so it is. You say there is a Srishti. But what you see, what is seen is dependent on the seer. Okay, there is nothing called seen. In fact, whatever is seen, if you actually look at what is the easiness in what is seen, it is only your Swarupa. That is the easiness which is there. Though we say there is this is, that is, book is, sun is, moon is, and all that. Where is that easiness coming from? Swarupa only. Therefore, there is no other ease than your Swarupa. Tasmat Shrutya Nishchitam Yat Ekameva Dvitiyam Ajam Amritam iti Yukti Yuktam Cha Yuktya Cha Sampannam Tadeva iti Avochama Purvaihi Grantaihi Tadeva Shrutyartha Bhavati Na Itarate Kadachitapi Kvachitapi. Therefore, there is no other way to look at it. Shrutya Nishchitam. The Veda itself has established clearly that Ekameva Advitiyam. There is one non-dual. Okay, we typically say Sajatiya, Vijatiya, Swagata Beda Rahitam. So there is Ekameva. The Evakara means there is nothing else. There is no, and that one also is Advitiyam. It doesn't have a replica, nor is it like comprising of parts, nor is it having any qualities. Because all qualities are in Drishya. When you say there is a quality, that means it is objectified already. But we are talking about that which is non-objectifiable, because of which everything is as though objectified. So that cannot have any guna, nor avayava. Therefore, Ekameva Advitiyam Ajam Amritam. Ajam Amritam means it is neither born nor dead. So that means it is beyond time. Ekameva Advitiyam also means it is beyond any other object. There is no other object. So it is object-wise unlimited, time-wise unlimited, space-wise unlimited. It is unlimited also is just a word we use, because there is nothing else. The moment you say it is unlimited, then you think of it spatially. Oh, it goes on and on and on. That's not what it means. What is this on and on and on? On and on and on is also a spatial thing or a time-wise thing, which is dependent on your Swarupa. That's all it means. So don't think spatially pervasive, time-wise pervasive means it stays forever, or wherever you go, it is still there. Not like that. So this wherever you go is a spatial term, and that term is on your awareness only. Yukti yuktam cha yuktya cha sampannam tadeva iti avochama purvaihi grantaihi. Tadeva shrutyartaha bhavati na itarat. So that can be the only meaning for Shruti. There is no other meaning for the Srishti Prakriya. The Prakriya, the word itself is Prakriya. It's not a Srishti. So I have just put the Tika on side by side, because sometimes it will be useful for you also. We won't go through Tika in detail. Wherever it is necessary, we will look at it. Okay. Neha naneti chamnayat indro maya virityapi ajayamano bahuda jayate maya tu saha na iha nana. na iha nana. So he quotes a Shruti which says there is no duality or manifoldness actually. That means, see, when you say that many, that means you have started counting. When you start counting, it is 1 and then 2, right? The moment you say 2, then it becomes 4, 8, 16, whatever, right? It just multiplies. So when a second is can be there, Adam, Eve, and then the whole world, right? The second has to be, so we say there is no second at all. So the Nana means Advaitam. Naiha Nana means Advaitam. Don't say there are not many, but there are two. That is not the point. When you say Nana means there is nothing beyond that one which is there. Okay. So therefore, the moment, so Srishti, like we said, Srishti means what? It becoming many. Bahusyam Prajayeya. Okay, that's may I become many. So Kamayata Bahusyam Prajayeyeti. Prajayeya means may I be born into many. Like that, so Saha Kamayata. That Brahman had a wish, desire to become many, is what it said. Why should it say desire? Does it really desire? Why should it desire to become many? The word desire is used to say that it is not just some inert object, but it is a conscious. It is the conscious which became many. Only a conscious can have a desire. A stone cannot have a desire. Na iha nana. But actually, there is no many. The Bahusyam Prajayeya is to just show that it is the same Vastu which is there here. But there is this Vakya that Neha Nanasti Kinchana. Amnayat. Amnaya means Veda, Shruti. So it is established by Shruti. Na iha nana iti cha amnayat. Okay. But then I am seeing all this nana. You can say that there is no many, but I am seeing many here. I see the sun, moon, earth, many planets. And then within the planet, so many lives, so many objects, so many other living beings, non-living being, inert. And within that also, I have all these minerals, materials, then energy, waves, everything is there. There is a nanatvam. How do you establish that? So again, the next half it says, Indro Maya Bihi Ururupayate. Okay. There is the Srishti then is Maya Bihi. It's then as though Srishti, like a rope snake. Okay, Maya Bihi Ityapi. And how do you say it is Maya Srishti? Then the second sentence, Ajayamanaha Bahuda Jayate Mayayatu Saha. He actually, first line only is being summarized in the second line. Ajayamanaha Bahuda Vijayate. We all know this Purusha Suktam, right? Ajayamano Bahuda Vijayate Tasya Dhirah Parijananti Yonim Harijinam Padamichanti Vedasa, like that. Ajayamanaha Bahuda Vijayate. The one which is not, Ajayamanaha, which doesn't have the quality of being born, birthless. Okay. Api, even though it is a birthless, that which doesn't lend itself to change, Bahuda Jayate. It is born as many, it's manifest as many. Then how does it happen? Karikakara adds Maya Yatu Saha, by Maya only. Maya Abhihi Ururupayate. So Neha Nana. So basically, the Srishti, Ajativada only is being further expounded by quoting certain Shruti Vakyas. It is only an as though Srishti. Srishti is established in Veda itself, is what is he now quotes the second set of verses, Shrutis, which basically is then as though Srishti Vakyas. Okay, Katam Shruti Nischayaha Ityaha. Okay, how do you say that there are Shruti? That the conclusively you can say Shruti is only talking about as though Srishti. So, therefore, Yedihi Bhutataha Eva Srishti Syat Tataha Satyameva Nana Vastu Iti Tadabhava Pradarshanaartaha Amnayaha न स्यात् अस्ति च न इह नानास्ति किंचन इति आम्नायः द्वैतभाव प्रतिषेधार्थः. Okay, यदि ही भूततः एव सृष्टि. If the सृष्टि has to be a real सृष्टि, so यदि is taking a suppose the सृष्टि has to be real. Okay, then ततः सत्यमेव नाना वस्तु इति तदभाव प्रदर्शनार्थः आम्नायः न स्यात्. If the Srishti is real, then there will not be any Shruti Vakyas which will talk about Tadabhava Pradarshanartha. Tadabhava. The absence of Srishti should never be spoken about by Shruti. Not even at one place it will say that Satyameva Nana Vastu. If the manifoldness, the many objects which are there, if it is all true, then there won't be any Shruti which will talk against it. Okay. But then asti cha neha nanasti kinchana iti amnayaha. But there is this neha nanasti kinchana Kathopanishad iti amnayaha. That kind of a Shruti Vakya is there. Okay, it is there. So, therefore, Dvaita Bhava Pratishedharthaha Amnayaha Asti. Therefore, the Dvaita Bhava is negated by the Shruti. Tasmat Atma Ekatva Pratipatti Artha Kalpita Srishtihi Abhuta Eva Prana Samvadavat. Therefore, Tasmat Atma Ekatva Pratipatti Artha. So, to reveal, Pratipatti means to reveal what? Or to understand or recognize what? Atma Ekatva. There is only one Atma, which is as though seen as many. Artha Kalpita Srishtihi iti Artha Kalpita Srishtihi. To show that only this whole Srishti, the creation is as though spoken about. It hasn't really happened. Okay. But that's why he uses the word Kalpita. And he gives the example Prana Samvadavati. There is this Prana Samvada, I think we saw earlier, right? To show that the senses are supreme, a story was created. That the senses went to find out who can be the Udgata and all that. So far the Yajna, and then they found the Prana came and nobody was able to stand, all those things. There's a story. Just to show, it's just an illustrative story, imaginary story created by Veda to show a certain truth. Similarly, here also, to show the truth that all that is here is one, a prakriya is devised by saying that it is all created from this thing. So now the creation, once you, that is what is called Adhyaropa Apavadabhyam Nishprapancham Prapanchade. All this is superimposed. The whole Jagat is Srishtam from the single entity, this Brahma. So it has what is like a clay has become all the part Jagat and all that. So this is what it is. So it is only creation. It became the Panchabhuta. Then the elementals came, and then Panchikaranam happened. And then elements came, and from that elements only this whole world. Everything is comprised of these 5 elements. All these things are spoken about. It is a Kalpita Srishti. Amnayaha अस्ति नेह नानास्ति किंचन द्वैत भाव प्रतिषेधार्थः तस्मात् आत्म एकत्व प्रतिपत्त्यर्थः कल्पिता सृष्टिः अभूता एव सृष्टिः. The non-existent सृष्टि only is kalpita, is as though spoken about as a creation in the Shruti. Okay. Then nanu prajnavachanah maya shabdah. Before that, indro mayabhihi iti abhutartha pratipadakena maya shabdena vyapadeshat. So the second part of the verse is indro mayabhihi ityapi indro mayabhih pururupayate iti. There is a Brihadaranyaka Upanishad Vakya is there. Abhutartha pratipadakena. Abhuta means again abhuta srishti. The non-existent srishti. Bhutartha srishti, abhutartha srishti. As though srishti. Iti abhutartha pratipadakena. To show that there is no real srishti is why this term indro mayabhihi. Indraha mayabhihi saha bahurupaha iyate. The Ishvara mayam tu prakritim vidyat mayinam tu maheshwaram in Shvetashvatara. These are very famous verses where maya is used. That maya shabdena vyapadeshat. That is why non-existent is what is maya. Abhutartha pratipadakena. Maya means non-existent. That's all. Okay. Let's not give too much. That's why this illusion. Illusion means again, it's all like a magician. So there is a mayavadi, this, that, all that. See, because you are seeing a srishti, and srishti is used to show that all that is here is Brahman, and to say that there is no srishti, there is no nanatvam. So the term maya is used to show that maya means it is not there. That's all. Okay, don't think that there is an independent Shakti called Maya, then there is no Advaitam. And then Dvaitam only. Okay, Maya means it's not there. It's only a Prakriya way to teach that all that is there is only Brahman. So our commitment is not in Maya. We have to be very, very clear on this. Otherwise, we will also think that we'll assume that, oh, there is this world is there. And then one more object is there, an unknown object called Maya, which has come and created this world. Okay, don't understand it like that. Okay, that is how most of all these ISKCON, Maya, Dvaitis, Vishtadvaitis, they think is our Siddhanta. But some other second entity called Maya came in touch with Brahman and then created this whole world. Okay, so or just think, so there is another power called Maya which is making you see this world. That means there is another power other than Brahman. Then where is Advaitam? So there is no another power and all that. It is only to show all that is here is Brahman. We use this Maya Shabda. It is just a word used to show how the Srishti is a not Srishti, no Srishti. Abhutartha. Abhutartha Pratipadakena Maya Shabdena Vyapadeshat. Okay. Then there is another objection raised. This Maya word can also be interpreted as Prajna. So he says, Nanu Prajnavachanaha Maya Shabdaha. So Indro Mayabhihi Bahurupayate. Then with Prajna. Okay, Prajna is your ability, right? Sensory ability. So Prajna is also used for memory. Okay, so one of the abilities, sensory abilities, is what is the Maya term used in. So Prajna Vachanaha Maya Shabdaha. So Maya can be looked at as Prajna. You don't have to say only a non-existent one. Okay. So this Indra Maya Bihi can be understood in a different way if you use take the meaning of Prajna for Maya. You say Satyam, yes. Okay. That Maya Shabda can be used in the meaning of what? Prajna. That is fine. But Indriya Prajnayaha Avidyamayattvena Mayatva Abhyupagamat Adoshaha. Even if you take it as Prajna, the Indriya Prajna means the sensory perceptions, cognitions. Okay, all the so here Indro Maya Bihi Bahurupa Iyate means you take it as the Indriya Prajna. Through the Indriya Prajna is what is this creation. Even there, Bhashyakara says, Indriya Prajnayaha Avidyamayattvena Mayatvameva Abhipagamyate. So even the sensory, whatever is perceived through senses, it is Avidyamaya only, because they don't have an established reality. Anything which is perceived through senses, it is momentary, it is gone after time. Also, it doesn't establish to be an ultimate paramarthika satyam. Therefore, avidyamaya only indriya prajna. That is also accepted in Shruti and in the Sampradaya. So even if you take it as prajnartha, even there indriya prajnayaha avidyamayattvena mayatva abhyavagamat. Even there mayatvam only is implied. Therefore adoshaha. So there also we don't have a problem. If we take Maya as a non-existent also, it's okay. If we take it as Prajna also, Indriya Prajna only is Avidya. There also Avidyaya eva Srishti. It's only from in senses something is seen, that's all. There is no Paramarthikatvam. Therefore, Maya Bihi, Indriya Prajna Bihi, Avidya Rupa Bihi, Ityartaha. So Indro Maya Bihi means Indriya Prajna Bihi. Indriya Prajnabhihi means Avidya Rupabhihi. So through Avidya Rupa, this Srishti Bahurupaha Iyate. Through Avidya Srishti only. So Avidya and Maya is more or less used in in a synonymous way in Shastra. And then the second part, Ajayamano Bahuda Vijayate. Ajayamanaha Bahuda Vijayate. Ajayamano Bahuda Vijayate. Ajayamanaha Sanne Bahuda Vijayate. So that which is devoid of having the quality of change or being born. It became many. Okay, how is it possible? Okay, so in fact, Bhashyakara says, Tasmat Jayate Mayayatu Saha. Therefore, it is only Maya birth. Tu Shabdaha Avadharanartha Mayaya Eva iti, that Evakara. Okay, because the Tu Shabda is used by Karika. He says, Jayate Mayayatu Saha. Mayaya Eva Saha Jayate. Only by Maya. Why do you say only by Maya Jayate? Next line, Nahi Ajayamanatvam Bahuda Janmacha Ekatra Sambhavati. You can't, otherwise it is not possible to say that something is Ajayamanaha. At the same time there is Bahuda Jayate. How can you say? It is not born, but is born as many. What is this kind of a statement? Okay. That kind of a thing is impossible. It's like Agnav iva Shaityam Aushnyam cha. In the fire, there is heat and coldness. You can't say. Agni means it has to have Aushnyam. Where is Shaityam in Agni? Similarly, Ajayamana has to be Ajayamana. You can't have Bhaguda Janma. So I got curious. I tried to read what do Visishtadvaitis say. Ajayamano. For them, this Purusha Suktam and Narayana Suktam are the biggest things. Okay. Because they think these talk entirely about Sriman Narayana, and for them Brahman is Sriman Narayana only. Okay. So that is their conclusion. They conclude that wherever the word Brahman is used, it is the Saguna Ishvara called Sriman Narayana. Therefore, their whole thing they will interpret with that in perspective. Okay. Then they will try to give meaning. But here I was curious because Ajayamanaha Bahuda Vijayate. So Sriman Narayana is Ajayamana. He is cannot give birth or cannot be born, but has become manifold. You have to give an how do they explain? I tried to find out. Again, it was very. I just read somebody's what do you say? A summarization of the Vishtadvaita Siddhanta. Okay, I didn't read any Mula Grantha, but what they are saying is there is so this Bhagavan Sriman Narayana doesn't need to be born for him to manifest his glory. Okay, and then they say he is the yoni for the entire Jagat, so he doesn't need to be born in order to in order as he doesn't have to become the yoni of the Jagat for his glory to be manifest as this Jagat. So Ajayamanatva means there is no necessity for him to be born. However, he is manifesting as though it is his glory is everywhere. So like that they interpret. Okay. So Ajayamanatvam is like his one of the traits. Okay. And that trait also is out of all his guna, it's one thing. Means he doesn't need to be born, but still he is born. That is what this means, is how they interpret. Anyway, so it's a very, very convoluted way to, instead of just, you see, it is Ajayamanaha means he is not to be born. Okay, then how can he be the one who is manifest? Okay, so then the only way we can say is this Maya Srishti only. Otherwise, there is no other way. Then, because for them, he has to, if he, either you have to say he is always like this, the whole Jagat was always there. Then Bahuda Janma Jayate Ajayata and all these verses, will not make any sense. So you have to say Srishti has taken place. And Srishti has taken place from the same Sriman Narayana, then you have to say. So if it has to be from, so that means was the Sriman Narayana without the Srishti, before the Srishti? Then where was he before? Okay, and he had this body and all that. And how was this body created? No, this body was already there. Okay, fine. And Vaikunta, that also was already there. Okay, where was Vaikunta there? It should have been in some space. So space also should have been already there. Okay, what was outside of Vaikunta in the same space? Something should have been there, right? Only this earth and human beings, you say, probably were not born that time. But then all the other things you have to say was born. So this Bahuda was already there. If the Bahuda Janma was already there, then because the Bahuda includes your Vaikuntam also, no? Vaikuntam, the space, everything means manifoldness. Then how can you say it is Ajayamana? When he was non-born, then where was he? It is all a problem. It's very difficult even to comprehend. Not only difficult, it is impossible to comprehend, right? Because it is illogical. So if you say it is Ajayamanaha, okay, then Bahuda means what? So it's that is why Bhashikara says it is impossible. Na hi ajayamanatvam bahuda janmacha ekatra sambhavati. In the same place, you can't say it is unborn as well as born as many. It's like, so that itself shows that it is a Maya Srishti only. Then only the sentence will make sense. Okay, it is like clay. Clay remains a clay. It is not born into anything. But still, the clay is in the form of a pot and a lid and a jug. Then it is an as though Srishti. Or even in the case of rope snake, you can say the rope doesn't become anything else. But then it has become snake for some, stick for some. It hasn't become anything. It is, you are seeing a stick there. That's all. Nahi ajayamanatvam bahuda janmacha ekatra sambhavati agnau iva shaityam aushnyam ja palavatvacha atma ekatva darshanam eva shruti nischitaha arthaha. So this has a benefit. What is the palavatvam? Atma ekatva darshana. Moksha is the pala. If this is cognized, if this were to be true, let us just assume, hypothesize that this is not, this were to be true. Okay, it is true. Okay, that's a different thing. But if we are taking a stand from, okay, I am not too sure. But even if were to be true, then what will be the benefit? The benefit is that moksha. That means you are never born, you will never die, you are never limited, you are not never incomplete, you are never touched by any dukkha or fear or anything. So that palavatvam is there in this drishti. So then only Shruti is talking about it, because there is a pala in Atma Ekatva Darshana. Shruti, if it is a pramana, there should be palavat arthabodhagatvam should be there. Anadigatam, avaditam, palavat arthabodhagatvam. Okay, so the palavatvam is there only in the Ekatva Darshanam. There is no pala. What is a pala? If Mahavishnu was there, he is there in Vaikunta and he created Srishti. You can give a pala that he will be, by just understanding him, then he will take you to that place. That kind of a pala and all that. And again, a lot of these things you are only making it up. Okay, by just you are superimposing a man look alike God on Brahma. Okay, and then that Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam also they will give Satya, Sankalpaha, Ananta Gunaha, Kalyana Gunaha. Okay, something you have to give. Okay, then add a lot of things and then make up some meaning. Okay, anyway. फलवत्वाच्च आत्म एकत्वदर्शनमेव श्रुतिनिश्चितः अर्थः. श्रुतिनिश्चितः अर्थः आत्म एकत्वदर्शनम् only. तत्र को मोहः कशोकः ekatvam anupashyatah. And this phala, not only I am saying, Shruti itself is saying in Ishavasya tatra kaha mohaha kaha shokaha. There is no shoka moha. That is the phala. The phala also is explicitly stated by Shruti itself. The ekatvam anupashyatah. And it is ekatvam anupashyatah. Ekatvam only, the one who sees ekatva. For that person only there is no shoka moha. Absence of shoka moha is what is moksha. And moksha eva phalam. This moksha phalam is there only for the one who sees oneness, not the one who sees the whole world was created by somebody and that person is sitting somewhere in heaven. And if you don't pray to that person who is sitting in the heaven, he will condemn you to the hell. Okay, only when you pray to that God in that form, in that by what the Rome has taught you, then only he will accept you. Otherwise, you will be condemned to the eternal hell. All those kind of things, right? Now, how does it help you here? Okay, it is only you are going to believe in certain salvation. You need to be salvaged because there is somebody, there is a first sin, and that sin somebody committed, some Adam committed some sin because of which you have to pay for that sin. You are a sinner because you are born. You are a sinner not because you did something wrong. You are a sinner because you are born, okay, as a human being. And somebody gave the blood for you to be salvaged. All these things only. Okay. Anyway, so that is all belief. People are free to have their belief, right? We have nothing to say. But here, in this case, okay, komohaha kashokaha is here and now. It's not like after you die or go somewhere, or if you believe a person or whatever. And the ekatvam anupashyatah, the one who sees the fact that all that is here is only one. That person is liberated here and now. He doesn't need to be salvaged. Okay, we don't need a salvation. Ityadi mantra varnate. And then what? Mrityoho saha mrityumapnoti iti ninditatvacha srishtyadi bheda drishtehe. Not only it praises the ekatva darshanam, Shruti also explicitly condemns the dvaita darshanam, ninditatva. So the ninda has to be done because you have to motivate people towards ekatva darshanam and also show the fallacy and the negative aspects of Advaita Darshanam so that they really understand. That's all. The condemnation is not to put anything down, but to show that it is not good for you, the right thing for you. And because you are, what are you aspiring for? Is moksha, freedom. Now, why if I have to teach you what what will lead to that moksha, then I also have to show you what are the wrong notions. Then only you will drop the wrong notions and pick up the right ones. That is why we have to talk about all the other contemporary thoughts. It's important, no? Otherwise, how will we recognize? So it is in the condemnation is just to show the fallacy in it. That's all. Not again a people or any, not bigotry or anything like that. Okay, bigotry, whatever that term is. Okay, so that is not the intent. Okay, it is just to show the fallacy of the argument so that people recognize what is the right. That's it. Okay, now sambhuterapavadacha sambhavah pratishidyate konvenam janayediti karanam pratishidyate. He also picks up another Shruti Vakya, Sambhutehe apavadat. There is an apavada done for the Sambhuti. Sambhuti means Srishti actually. Veda Drishti. Okay. Sambhuti, we'll talk about it. Bhashikara is going to talk elaborately. Okay. Apavadaha is done. The Sambhuti is negated or is actually condemned. By that, the Sambhavaha Pratishidyate. The Srishti is being negated. Konvenam janayed. The other Vakya. Konvenam janayed. Who will create this? By that Vakya, the Karanam api Pratishidyate. The Sambhavaha is Karya. The creation is Karyam. The intent to create or the creator, that is the Karanam. The creator and all is very notional. Okay, again, you shouldn't say we also talk about creator, but we say Brahma is actually a neuter gender. Okay. Ishvaraha we say only because from the standpoint of creation, but there is no creation at all, is what we finally conclude. So creator and all that is just for the sake of teaching. Karanameva pratishidyate. When Karya is not there, there's no need for Karanatvam in something. Okay, only the Vastu is there. The same Vastu, there is no Karanatvam in it. Because there is no Karya. Though we say this Karyam is because of that Karanam, but then the Karyam is negated. Therefore, Karanatvam also is negated by again Shruti Vakya Konu Yenam Janayet. Okay, what is this Sambhuti Apavada? There is this verse Andantamah Pravishanti Yo Sambhuti Mupasate. Andantamaha Pravishanti. Okay, Sambhuti Upasana is actually denounced. Okay, Andantamaha Pravishanti. The person will get into a blind darkness. Andantamaha. Tama means darkness. Andam means the one which is blinding. Pravishanti enters into that kind of a darkness. Who Sambhuti Upasate. The one who does a upasana of Sambhuti. What is Sambhuti? Here is where Tikakara, if you read, Samyak Bhutihi Aishwaryam Yasyaha Saha Sambhutihi Devata Sa Sambhutihi Devata Hiranyagarbhakya. Samyak Bhutihi Aishwaryam Yasyaha Sa. For the one, okay, the wealth, Samyak Bhutihi, it's a comprehensive Aishwaryam. Sambhutihi Aishwaryam Yasyaha Sa. Sambhuti means Aishwaryam. The whole wealth, entire wealth is for who? That Sambhuti. That is a Devata. Hiranyagarbhakya Devata. That is the Hiranyagarbha. That is Brahma. तस्याश्च कार्यमध्ये श्रेष्ठायाः निन्दितत्वात् प्रधानमल्ल निबर्हणन्यायेन सम्भवशब्दितं कार्यमेव निषिध्यते. It is only the karya which is being refuted. Nishidhyate, put down, you can say. Very important. Andantamah pravishanti ye sambhuti mupasate. I strongly feel this is the statement because of which we don't have temple for Brahma in our Hindu system. There is, you don't find any temple. So there is a story also, Purana story. They talk about, Mahavishnu and Brahma tried to find the head and tail of Parameshwara, and then he went on a swan, and then some flower came falling, and it said that the head of Ishvara is many, many, many zillion miles away. It takes a lot of time. Then he takes it back, and then he tells a lie. Therefore, he gets a shapa and all that. Okay, but that's a Pauranika story. But there should be a Tatparya why it is being done. I think it is this, because it clearly says Andantama Pravishanti ye Sambhuti Upasate, because creation we don't, because it is a Maya Srishti. Being a Maya Srishti, then you can't do an Upasana, because you do an Upasana means what? It is a Satya Vastu. So only then you are giving it a Satyatva in Satyatvam in your this thing, right? That is why I think they have, because it's the same Bhagavan only, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, but do the Upasana in the form of Sthitikarta Mahavishnu or Ishvara, who is Moksha. The same, in which form do you actually contemplate? Because you need moksha, you don't need srishti, you want freedom. Therefore, I think they have kept, but this is probably why that the upasana is varjitam. Andandama pravishanti ye sambhutim upasate iti sambhutehe upasyatva apavadat sambhavaha pratishidyate. The creation is negated. Nahi paramartha sadbhutayam sambhutau tadapavadaha upapadyate. If the creation were to be true creation, then why would this apavada be done? Okay, because it's only an as though creation, so you don't do a so it is, then apavada is being done here. Nanu vinashena sambhutehe samuchaya vidanartha sambhuti apavadaha yata andandamah pravishanti ye avidyam upasate iti. Then Purvapakshi asks a question. Hey, you are misinterpreting this sentence. Which one? Andandamah pravishanti ye sambhutim upasate. Why am I misinterpreting? Because this Andandamaha is for a yajna called Vinasha. There is a Vinasha, one yajna is there. That Vinasha yajnena sambhutehe samuchaya vidanartha. So before, when you are doing this Vinasha yajna, you have to do the upasana of sambhuti. Okay, so that when you do the sambhuti upasana during the time of this vinasha yajna, then that yajna gets completed properly. That is the intent. That vinasha is andandamaha. Okay, so this vinashena sambhutehe samuchaya vidanartha sambhuti apavadaha. So it is, the whole intent is to make a samuchaya, to give a vidanam. So for you to do this yajna, this particular upasana should be done. And he quotes yatha, just like andandama pravishanti ye avidyam upasate. Same thing is also spoken about avidya upasana. So you do a avidya, also do a dhyana of before, for you to do this yajna, this vinasha yajna. Okay, so the context is very different and it is given for a purpose. Now you are interpreting as sambhuti is srishti. That is not correct. Okay. Then Bhashikara says Satyameva Devata Darshanasya Sambhuti Vishayasya Vinasha Sabdavachyasya cha Karmanaha Samuchaya Vidanartaha Sambhuti Apavadaha Tatapi Vinashakyasya Karmanaha Swabhavika Ajnana Pravritti Rupasya Mrityoho Atitaranartatvat Devata Darshana Karma Samuchaya Devata Darshana Karma Samuchayasya Purusha Samskaraarthasya Karma Palaraga Pravritti Rupasya Sadhya Sadhana Ishanadvaya Lakshanasya Mrityoho Atitaranartatvam. I think we don't have time. We will see in the next class, but quickly, right? So this, even if you take it as it has a Samuchaya Vidana Vakya. What is Samuchaya Vidana Vakya? That you do this Sambhuti Upasana for doing this Vinasakya Karma. You see the next line. Tatapi Vinashakyasya Karmanaha. The karma which is of the name Vinasha is a yajna, some yajna. Okay, I need to find out what it means. Okay, he says that Vinashakyasya Karmanaha Swabhavika Ajnana Pravritti Rupasya Mrityoho. That yajna is, that Vinashakya karma is told for what? Removing the mrityu. Mrityuhu atitaranartatvat. What is mrityu? Swabhavika ajnana pravritti is mrityu. And he is going to say later, ragadvesha, ishanadvaya rupa. Okay, next line is a sadhya sadhana ishanadvaya lakshanasya. Okay, that karma pala raga pravritti rupasya. So there are two things which is mrityu. One is karma pala, another is raga pravritti. So which one is sadhya, another is sadhana, and this only is mrityu. Going after this and that, right? The wanting me is mrityu. That's all. The mrityu is not like leaving the body. The wanting me, who is leaving your swarupa and taking the dvaita buddhi, is mrityu. Because the moment you are giving up your swarupa, which is the complete, full, infinite swarupa, okay, but taking up this dvaita bhava, that is mrityuhu. Sadhya sadhana ishanadvaya lakshana mrityoho atitaranartham. So to cross that mrityu only, this has been given. Okay. Now he is going to talk about, it goes on a little bit, he talks about how that whole contemplation is spoken about in the context of mrityu taranam. Okay, so to cross over this limitation is why that is being spoken about, even in that context also. Okay, the Sambhuti Upasanam, okay, is only a Nisheda, okay, of Sambhuti, of Sambhava. Okay, it is also shown as Avidya Vishaya, even if you take it in that context of that yajna also, there also the Sambhava Pratisheda means the same thing is going to show. We will see in the next session. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
ஒரு சின்ன டவுட் இருக்கு, கேட்கலாமா? இந்த நீங்க சொன்னேன், நம்ம பார்க்கறது கேட்கறது எல்லாமே ஒரு மாயையோட ஆங்கிள் தான். அப்படி இருக்கும்போது நம்ம இந்த தேகம், இந்த நாலெட்ஜை வச்சுட்டு தான் நம்ம என்ன பிரம்ம ஞானத்தை தேடுறதோ அறியறதுக்கோ முயற்சிக்கிறோம் இல்லையா? அப்போ
இங்கிலீஷ்ல கேளுங்களேன். English session. Okay. So that people can understand. Yeah.
Okay. So whatever we are seeing, we are hearing, we are realizing, they are all out of Maya. There is no real world as such. Just but with this only we try to understand what is Brahma. We try to realize using the same body, same mind. With that, we try to understand what is it. We start realizing, maybe. How, if that itself is Maya, how the one which we realize from the same Maya-related object or the mind or the kriyas will become real.
Okay. See.
Little doubt.
Okay.
Maybe my understanding is wrong.
No, your understanding is correct only. The question is correct. Okay. So it's like you use, we say no in Tamil, mulla mullal edukkanum. You use a thorn to remove a thorn. Okay. See, there is no paramarthika avidya. So even the avidya, the ignorance also is only with reference to this jiva. The ignorance is not for Brahman. Okay. Brahman being all that is here, so it is lighting up everything as the consciousness or jnanam, that which is lighting up all that is here, including your ignorance. So that ignorance is removed at what level then? Okay, the ignorance also is a maya only. Okay, it is so the jivatvam is maya, the jiva also is maya. Now the jnanam also is within that same maya only. So the ignorance is removed for that jiva. Technically, that ignorance of that Surupa ignorance by which you are seeing the duality doesn't mean seeing two objects. Okay, just seeing a sun or a moon or a mountain is not a problem, but seeing it as other than me is where that is a problem. Okay, there is the problem is that duality, Dvaita Buddhi is where there is a problem, and that ignorance is centered on this jiva, not in Brahman. Okay, therefore, the removal of ignorance also is only at the jiva level. So, for an as though problem, there is only an as though solution. Okay, so it is not, there is no paramarthika. What do you mean by paramarthika? Means ultimate truth. Okay, that paramarthika ignorance is not there. Okay, the ignorance also is within the maya, vyavahara only. So, the jiva has an as though maya, and it is removed at the same level. That's why it happens only in the mind. The whole knowledge, because ignorance is in the mind, the knowledge also is in the mind only. It's in buddhi only. Okay, by the same karanam which is covering you, in the same karanam only you are actually also getting the knowledge. Clear?
Guruji, one question.
Yeah.
In here in Dvaitis in Karnataka, when these Madhvacharya people, they refer this Anda Tamas as Naraka, as hell. So I don't know why they call that way.
No, it's okay. Andantamaha pravishanti, you can, if you do an upasana, you go to hell is fine. That is okay. Andantamaha can be interpreted as, see, tamas generally means is only darkness. Okay. So the darkness can be referred to as ignorance. It can, either one of them is only you are interpreting tamas as either ignorance or hell or papa. You can take it anything, right? Because the word tamas itself just means darkness, and depending on the context, you interpret it. Okay, so that is why they take it that way, which is okay. The Sambhuti Upasana, the context of where Acharya brings it is in the Sambhuti as a Srishti. Okay, but he also, if you see in the same context, he says that it can also be interpreted as an Upasana for that Yajna. Okay, that Vinasha Yajna. So there, see, that is, I think, how the Karmakandis are interpreting the Andandam of Pravishanti. If you take it as part of Anga of an Yajna, the ritual which is being performed, in it there is a proposition that you actually do a contemplation on these that Yaha Upasate Sambhutim, those people Andandamaha Pravishanti. So in the Yajna, for you to gain that, you do the Upasana of Sambhuti, is how the alternate interpretation also Shankaracharya is taking. I think that is probably how the Karmakanda, wherever the Yajna is spoken about, should be looking at it. Okay, now
their contention, Guruji, is more like if you don't believe Dvaita, then you will become Andatamas. You will enter Andatamas. That is the way they argue.
yeah, they go, yeah. So if we get into their philosophy, there are so many other issues there, right? Because, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
okay. Because there the whole, okay, even that word Madhva, see, they say it comes in some Purana. Okay, so it already said that Madhva will be born and all that. Okay, in something in some Purana it is there. Therefore, Madhva was destined to be born. But then Madhva was not even his name at birth, right? He only took up that name later. But then they say already Purana spoke about it. So that, I mean, there are a lot of contentions we can, even those kind of things which on the basis of which they are claiming lot of Pramanya, we can contest. But yeah, it is beyond what we want to discuss, right? But yeah.
Dhanyawad, Guruji.
Thank you. Dhanyavad.